All right, welcome back. This is video number 3 in this free YouTube ChatGPT series. So just to recap, in the first one, we went over the opening prompt just to get you set up for how your chats are going to talk about you, your business, and the tone and all that fun stuff. Then we went into using ChatGPT for some emails and image generation. Now I want to show you how to generate a plethora of content. Great word, plethora. It's just fun to say. Of content based off of one transcript that you're going to put in there. So maybe you create videos and you create a video episode and you can transcribe that, or you do a podcast, and that's what I'm going to use in this example. So first of all, we need to get that transcript. Now, I'm not going to transcribe it in this video. I already did it. So we have a Balance for Brilliance podcast that I do with another colleague of mine, and this was episode 8. So we used Descript, great program for creating video content and transcribing. So we already transcribed it here. I'm just going to export it as a transcript. Now, if we had identified throughout the transcript of speaker A, speaker B, and you put in their names, you could export that as speaker labels, but in this case, we did not. So we're just going to export that to documents, and it opens up as a lovely text file. So there it is right there. So we don't need that chat or that Descript anymore, so we have this here. I'm just going to commit this. Actually, not yet. I'm just going to move it over first. So let's go into ChatGPT here. And because we're not generating content about the business or anything like that, and there's a lot of tone in the text of the transcript, we can literally start with that. So what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm going to take this, I'm going to copy it to the clipboard, and I'm going to go in here and I'm going to say, I'm going to get you to write a podcast description and show notes, because those are important, for an episode of a podcast I recorded with myself. Put my bracket in there. How many people are watching this going, man, he's horrible at typing? Yeah, me. I'm number one. I'm doing that too. And Michelle Petapa. Here is the transcript. Now I can go in more detail and I can say, make it this long. I include these things, but for the sake of the video, we'll just do this because we can always update it and ask it to do more. So we're going to throw that in there. Now there is a limit for length in there sometimes. So if you're transcribing like an hour-long episode, that's a lot of text. It may say it's too long. So it goes and it creates this. Okay. There's the show notes. It learned the order in which we did. What were some of the things we pulled out? Again, you could not do this in the amount of time that this does this. It's amazing. So we're going to leave it at that. Now I'm going to say, perfect. Now I could spend the time like you saw before in the other ones. We can go back and say, okay, I like this. I don't like this. Change that. Generate an image, whatever you want to do with it. But we're going to say, perfect. Now I need to get 5 quotes from this episode that are powerful and thought provoking to use in social media graphics. Can you find them for me? Certainly. So now it's going to look back through the transcript, and it is an entire spoken transcript. So obviously everything that's in there could be a quote. So it's going to find some that are there. Excellent. So if they're not in line, you could say, okay, now find me quotes that are in line with X, Y, Z, whatever it is that you're looking for. And it could use those and then build them in Canva to do what I want with it. So now I'm going to say, okay, I got the, the show notes for the episode so I can post it. I could also say, give me 5 potential episode titles. And again, the more you give it, the more it can give you back. Okay, so there's 5 from that. So now I got the description, I got some quotes, I got some titles to work with. Next, I'm going to say, write me a 250 word blog post to use on my website on the topic of this episode. So now it's writing me a blog post on that. So what you're seeing here is instead of training it with who we are as a person, who's the company, all that kind of stuff, and the tone, we've trained it with the transcript from the podcast. And now we're building all the content around that. And again, with anything, I'm flying through this. I would strongly recommend you read through the content, make it your own, all that kind of stuff. Don't just run with it as it is. But for the sake of time, your time, and this video length, I want to make sure that you can see all the different things that you can do here. So now we got the blog post, we got the episode. What I'm going to do is say, okay, now create me 3 Facebook posts that I can use to promote the episode of the podcast. Start the post with one of the quotes you found. Don't use the same quote twice. All right, so now there's our latest episode here. Now, when it generated the show notes, it came up with this title. I asked it to generate other titles, and I didn't tell it to redo the description with a different title. So it's always going to use the one that it initially had thought. Right, so there's the post for that. Okay. So there's the 3. Now I'm needing to email this episode along with the LinkedIn, with the blog post to my email list. Write me an email that showcases the episode and the blog post. Include at the end of the email a spot where people can click. I really can't type. Click to book a free consult with me. So now it's thinking because it asked it to do multiple things. So there's the podcast episode. Featured blog post is going in here. Ready to transform your business. Book a free consult with me. Signs off with my name and a PS that's there. So as you see here, you have that one point of input. Whether you're creating a video, creating a podcast, now you can build all your content around it in one GPT chat. Amazing. Now you can go and get other prompts. There's prompt libraries that are out there that you can utilize for it. And it becomes very helpful to generate your own prompt library. So as you figure out how things are coming up and doing well, you can go ahead and generate that. Now, I've never done this before. this is a premiere here for you. I'm going to say and see if it can architect a prompt for me to do everything that I had here. May not work, right? So, can you generate a prompt template I can use next time to get all these different types of content created with the prompt and the transcript. Let's see. Oh, wow, look at this. This may be what I need, may not be. Yeah, look at that. So what it's doing is it's generating that prompt template based on all the stuff I generated there. And all I have to do is insert the title of the podcast and the full transcript between these brackets, given all this stuff, and then any additional specific instructions, themes, or points to emphasize. So I take this and save it. I don't have to write them out each time. I just do it in one foul swoop, and it'll generate all of that in one time. Crazy. Mind blown. See? Well worth the price of admission just for this video. So, before we close this out, because we can go far in depth of multiple different things that you can do with ChatGPT, but for most people, this is the content you're going to create. On the left-hand side, there's this option that says Explore GPTs. So they created this function within the last year where people can create their own GPT, and they can share them with the network that's out here. So there's trending ones for image creation, right for me, all this kind of stuff. You have fun murder mysteries you can do with ChatGPT and really have fun with it. They're based under different categories. So you got writing, productivity, research, programming, education, and lifestyle. So you can go in here and you can find some stuff. So, tutoring, math solving. And what it will do is it'll just load another GPT on the left side up here. But it's been trained for that specific skill. So play around with those and see how you make out. But I think if you've watched all 3 videos by this point, and you have an account, you played around with it, you can see the power that's there. You can see what it can do for you. And hopefully you've learned something here. I'd love to hear from you. Please go ahead, put it in the comments what you thought of the 3 videos, any questions for this video, and love the subscribe and the like and the share and all that. Like I said, all that love that we give on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have any questions, you know how to reach me. I've given you enough in these to know how to find me on the great, large interweb. Until next time, take care and have a great time growing your business.